Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dale Stonick, Director of Wind Energy here for Ace Doran. I want to thank everyone for joining us today, especially during the holiday season. I understand a lot of people are with family and friends and appreciate you participating with us. Joining me today is Jim Collins, the President of Ace Doran. Jim, how are you?
Hey, good afternoon, Dale. Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you, Jim. Also on the line is Vice President of Ace Doran, Chad Leiter. Chad, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Dale. Good afternoon, everyone, and happy holidays to each of you.
Oh, thank you, Chad. We'll go ahead and kick it off with Jim. We do have, I don't know if it's a special guest, but an individual who has joined the organization, and I'll let Jim introduce him.
Okay, thank you, Dale. Good afternoon, everyone. How many callers do we have on the line, Dale?
175.
175, better than we thought. We thought it might be a little down today because of the holidays. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. Good afternoon and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I don't really have a whole lot as far as facts and figures and stuff today. I'm traveling and just kind of speaking with you off the cuff. Just really would just like to say thank you for just a fantastic 2021. Ace Doran set another revenue record this year, closing at an all-time high. Our truck count closing at an all-time high. Claims were good this year. Still more than we'd like to see, obviously, but better than last year. So by just about every metric that we can measure by, it was a very successful year for Ace Doran. And as I have spoken about before, and I mean this so sincerely, it really takes all the spokes in the wheel, right? Drivers, contractors, agents, employees, customers. It takes everybody kind of pulling the train in the same direction, and we are just so blessed. We've got an amazing group of drivers, the best group of agents I've ever been associated with by a long shot. Employees are fantastic, and of course our customers as well. So just thank everyone for a fantastic year. The company is alive, well, healthy. It was a big year for us this year, moving into our new headquarters in Cincinnati. For anyone who has not had the opportunity to be here, I encourage you to please try to arrange a visit. We would love to visit with you. Again, drivers, contractors, agents, out-of-town employees, certainly everyone is welcome. We're very proud of what we have now, and everybody listening to me right now has a part in making that happen. So thanks to all of you for that as well. So with that, I'd like to introduce a new member of the company. I think we've talked about this before, but just briefly so everybody knows what we're doing. Dale Stonick, who was our previous safety director, has moved into a new position. Dale is now the Director of Safety for the Wind Energy Division of Ace Doran. Dale will be overseeing, from a safety perspective, all of the tower and blade trucks that are leased to Ace. Additionally, there are a fleet of trucks leased to Bennett Motor Express that also run for General Electric in the Wind Energy Group. They run the machine heads, the hubs, those sort of things. And those trucks will also, they'll work closely with those trucks as well. So the wind has gotten to be such a big part of our business, and General Electric wanted to see us have a little stronger approach to safety and compliance. So Dale has agreed to take that on. So it made it necessary for us to hire a second safety director for essentially all of Ace Doran non-wind. So anybody in general freight, government, van division, all of those things will be working with a new safety director, and his name is Brian Warren. So Brian, I'd like to turn it over to you and give you a chance to introduce yourself to everyone, and welcome to Ace Doran. Brian?
Good afternoon, Jim. Thank you very much for that warm introduction, and I'm happy to be here, happy to be part of the Ace Doran Bennett family of companies, and happy to be on the call with everybody here today. A little bit about myself before we jump into the nuts and bolts. I've been in the transportation industry for the last 18 years. My journey started as a dispatcher for a local dry van carrier in the Chicagoland area. Soon after that, I obtained my CDL and started operating commercial motor vehicles. During my time as a driver, I operated many different types of equipment, driving local, regional, over the road. And a few years after hitting that milestone, I became an asset fleet manager, transitioned into a freight broker. But the last 5 years, my main focus of my career has been on motor carrier safety and compliance. Last 3 years, I was a safety and compliance director for a large transportation competitor here in the Cincinnati market, and I'm proud to say I found a great home here at Ace Doran, and I'm happy to be here. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian.
Well, before we jump in, I'm sorry, go ahead, Jim.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I was just going to say I appreciate those comments, and we are super glad that we found each other. I think you're going to be a great fit, and just welcome you to the team, and look forward to, just for the agents that are on the call and drivers, just so you know, we plan pretty aggressively in the first quarter of 2022 to get Brian out into the field to meet many of you as quickly as possible. So hopefully we'll be lining up some of those visits in the coming weeks and the coming months. So again, Brian, welcome, and back to you.
Thank you very much. And to circle back on that as well, I do look forward to getting out and meeting everybody, the agents, drivers, everybody involved in the organization. So it's been here for about a month now, and I just want to touch on some safety items. I know it's close to the holidays, but safety, during safety there is no holiday. It's all about safety every day, and just want to touch on a few things that, and congratulate a few people for clean inspections over the course of December, and it looks like we've been at about a 65% clean inspection rating, which is outstanding. It's above the 50% that I reviewed for the previous month. But let's get some congratulations going on for the clean inspections here. Joshua Howard out of Arkansas, Keith James out of Ohio, DeJohn Pierce out of Mississippi, Richard Martin out of Kansas, Marion Moore out of Virginia, Mark Watson out of Ohio, Brandon Mooney out of Alabama, Taylor Henry, Tennessee, and Curtis Haney in Kentucky. Congratulations on the outstanding job and the dedication to safety. It's much appreciated, and I definitely appreciate it. Couple tips for winter driving, since the winter months are here and the snow season is rapidly approaching on us. I just want to remind everybody to watch for brake lights on the vehicles in front of you. Make sure all your lights are always on and working. Clean the ice and snow off mirrors, windows, lights, and during your walk around, clean the reflective tape off. Watch out for other vehicles driving around you that only have the 3-inch by 3-inch area on their scraped off windshield or rear window, as even though you're a lot larger than them, they most of the time tend to not see you. See and be seen. Be aware of all your surroundings. Look ahead. Keep that safe following distance. I can't stress this enough. The hard brakes, you guys have been doing a great job based off the data and the little bit of video that I've seen that's come through, and keep up the great work. It's all about getting home safe at the end of every day. And one other point too, with the snow coming, you guys always want to remember to have those 3 points of contact. The steps, the catwalks, they get slippery. It might look like it's dry, but it's not. So you always want to have those 3 points of contact. But with that, I will kick it back to you, Dale.
Oh, thank you so much, Brian. And thank you for joining the team. Definitely, we appreciate your input. It's nice having another voice from safety. So just to remind everybody, we will turn it over to Chad here in a second, but if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and hit *3. I do want to take a second here and draw for a couple $50 gift cards. So the first individual that we have for the gift card is Jason Atkins. Congratulations, Jason. We'll get that out to you. And our second winner is Brian Kelly. So congratulations to those two individuals. With that, I will turn it over to Chad. Chad, you ready?
I am ready, Dale. Brian, welcome to the team. Brian and I met extensively this morning, so in regards to several things, not just safety. And Brian, looking forward to working with you. And you got put right into the lion's den today, so nice work on that. These all-calls have became second nature to some of us, but if you're not used to them, it can be a little nerve-wracking, but you did a great job. As we've done all year, guys, we'll go ahead and gals, we'll go into the top performer list. Flatbeds, Jack Skelly, who's been running for Coral up in New Stanton. Jack goes from the Midwest to the West Coast and back a few times a month. So, Jack, nice work. Appreciate you. Phil Knight, who's running for Jeff Roach, hauling a lot of aluminum down in Owensboro, Kentucky. John Leisure, who's a driver for Dave Williams and also is hauling aluminum for Jeff Roach out of Owensboro Terminal 05 down there. Going on to the van division, we have Robert Perry, who is working for Chuck Troy, Jeff Criley, and Paul and the gang, and Kerry out in Morton, Illinois. Travis Leverett, who's a small fleet owner and running for Charles Heggie. And then Alexander Castro, who is running for the gang out in Morton, Illinois in 69. Heavy haul, we've got Bill Moxham, Chris Connor, and Ricky Brown. All three of those drivers have ties to Stephen Hawk in South Carolina, working with Prysmian. And then on the power-only side, and everybody knows all of our Cincinnati employees and probably everyone across the family here knows Power Only has been rocking and rolling the last really all year. So appreciate the 756 group of Haney and White, and then 796 of Darlene with FedEx and UPS. So thank you guys there. But our top performers were Ray Lawson, John C. Those guys were both doing FedEx, and then UPS we've got Michael Morrow and Logan Mahan. So those are our top performers. As always, these are the November. We're working a month behind, so really looking forward to seeing our December numbers because there's been several contractors out there that have been getting after it, not only in the power-only side, but in all aspects of our business. Moving over to our load count year over year, 2019 we were at 57,000 loads, 2020 67,000, and then in 2021 an amazing 97,000 loads year over year. So that's compliments to everyone on this call, our drivers, our agents, our employees. It's just amazing, that number, and how we do it with our head count in the corporate office, and then obviously the assistance of our teammates down in Georgia. Rate per mile. This is Ace Doran for flatbed side kits and Conestogas. 2019 we were at $2.75. 2020 $2.92, and then 2021 we're at $3.54. Rate per mile, average rate per mile on step decks, 19 was $2.46. 2020 was $2.64. 2021 $3.25. Double drops and RGNs, $4.92 in 2019, $4.91 in 2020, and $4.97 in 2021. Last but not least, our van rates are 2019 were $2.18, 2020 was $2.28, and then we're going to wrap up the year right at $2.86 in that van division. So as you guys can see or hear there, I guess, a lot of increase in the rate per mile year over year, as well as load count. So now I'll go over the industry and national load to truck ratio. For December, we started out at 48-1, and we're going to finish at 53-1, which is that's a key indicator of how we're going to go into 2022 here. So things are back on the rebound, where there's more loads to trucks than what we started December with this month. And then we started last year, or the beginning of this year, I think we were upwards of 70. So a little bit of a decline, but it's nice to see that curve going back up. National average rates for December is $3.06. And as you just heard, our rates, with the exception of the van division, which is right in line with what the industry average is, we're well above that here at Ace Doran. So a lot of good things going on right now, and going to roll into 2022 with a lot of we got a lot of steam rolling right now. National load to truck ratio on the van side started out in December at 7-1. We're going to wrap up this week right around 6-1, and the national average on rates for December right around $2.90, which is well up from where it was at in September, which was right around $2.80. That wraps up the I guess statistics from an operational perspective, but I would like to take just a quick minute to thank everyone on, as Jim said earlier, it's been a tremendous year, an outstanding year in all facets of Ace Doran, but we really couldn't do it without our owner operators, our employees, our agents, and anyone that impacts Ace Doran. So there's been several people over the last 30 to 45 days that are putting in long hours, and I'm talking not only employees but contractors, agents, anyone that touches our business. And I just wanted to thank all of you. I'm not going to mention any names, but just a heartfelt thank you to everyone that has made this machine move this year. Appreciate it, and wish you a happy new year, and thank you. So Dale, back to you.
Thank you, Chad. Likewise, I just want to thank everyone. Just as a reminder to go ahead, if you haven't done so, take the fourth quarter safety meeting. In the past 2 weeks, we've had a lot of people take it, so we're almost at 79% participation rate, which is great. I know a lot of that is driven by individuals out of the ops side who reminds their drivers, and without their help, we would obviously never reach those goals. But definitely worth everyone's time. I did also just want to mention, coming into next year, we definitely have some goals as far as reducing claims, both cargo and liability. So look forward to hearing some stuff on rear end accidents and lane changes, how to reduce them and prevent that. So with that being said, we're going to head and draw a couple more names here for these $50 gift cards. And it looks like our third winner is Randall Nelson Sr. So Randy, congratulations. We'll get that card out to you. Our fourth card goes to Aaron Zapata out of A&H, so we will get that card to you also. Just as a reminder, if you have any questions or comments, go hit *3 and we'll put you in the queue and we can answer that. While we're waiting for some people to go ahead and join, it is a good time right now. If you haven't done so, start turning in your fourth quarter maintenance. We want to make sure we get that in here, get those all in before the middle of January, and get people put in non-compliance. We don't want to do that. We want to be able to be preventive, and that way everybody keeps on rolling. So, Jim, did you have any additional comments?
I just had one question. Where did you say we were on safety meeting participation?
Through the 27th, we were at 69.7%.
Wow, is that an all-time high?
Second quarter, we made it to 75%.
Okay. Well, it's nice to see participation going up on that, like we've we've mentioned before, just so everybody on the call is aware, we have paid out over $500,000 in safety bonus money this year. Probably going to be close to $750,000 before we're finished, and we don't have a problem doing that. We would much rather pay the drivers, put additional money in your pocket. Just as a reminder, you can earn an additional 1% up to a maximum of $3,000 by, one of the criteria is participating in the safety meetings. So we really encourage you to do that. We really feel that participation in safety meetings does lead towards better safe driving habits, less cargo claims, and all those things at the end of the day save us money. So please, if you haven't done your safety meeting, please do so and allow us to pay you to do so. So I'm really encouraged by those numbers. But other than that, Dale, I don't have too much more. Just an outstanding year, and looking forward to hopefully repeating and improving a little bit more next year. So thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it. Happy holidays and Happy New Year.
Thank you, Jim. We do have a couple of callers on the line. So, Alex, if you're ready, if you could grab Daniel, please.
Here he comes.
Thank you. Daniel, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourselves?
Doing great.
Well,
you have a question
first,
or comment?
Actually, I got both. I'll start
Okay.
off with the question because the comment is a really nice way to end on this.
Okay.
So I'm hearing all the numbers. Everything's going up. And the first thought I have, and my question is, are those rates that are seemingly going up, are they keeping up with the inflation?
That is a good question. Chad, did you want to comment on that?
Yeah, I would say, Daniel, they're not keeping up with the inflation to the degree that the inflation is inflating. But as just compared to year over year, they're holding their own compared to what they were this time last year. I've actually got back on the road myself, but let me flip my sheet here. On the van side, we've increased our rates. We started our van division back in October of 2019, and that team out in Morton is doing an outstanding job of making sure that they're negotiating rates on the driver's behalf to cover for inflation and obviously fuel costs. One thing that I will recommend if you're not currently, and hopefully you are, and everybody on the call should be, is utilizing our fuel discounts. I think I reported out we're right at average. We're saving around 55 cents as a company this year off of the pump price. So there's probably room for improvement, Daniel. I'm not going to, lie to you, but there's always room for improvement, right? When the economy, when the inflation flips as much as it has over the last 6 months, sometimes it takes customers another 6 months to kind of realize they have to feel the strain from their service providers to rebound the rate. Sometimes it takes a very long time for us to increase our rates because there's always somebody out there that will do it cheaper. But what we have to be very careful of is, from a corporate standpoint, is not to increase our rates to where we price ourselves out of the game. We always want to stay in the game, or we want to be in the ballpark. So I would say our rates are not where they need to be in some aspects, but I also think overall we're in a good spot.
Well, good deal. Now, on to the comment that's going to make everything really all nice, happy, and sweet, which is a nice way to end off the year. So, I, along with several other drivers, came in earlier this year as a whole group deal. And I got to say, it's been a very different experience being here. and to get emails and personal phone calls and cards from people in the company that are actually signed and not just, oh, here's a stamp with my signature on there. It's nice. Even my wife was saying, wow, this place is special. You could never leave this place. So it's very appreciated. And thank you for making that effort to make us feel special.
Well, Daniel, it has been a pleasure, and you are a special person.
Well, you know, come on. The first time I met you, I was wearing a whole chicken outfit, so.
I know. You made it.
I was just gonna say, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with who Daniel is, but now that you mentioned the chicken outfit, I know exactly who Daniel is.
And to follow up on Dale's. Yeah, sorry, Jim. Yeah, just I think that's where you were going, but Daniel, I appreciate you sharing that. And as we say on these calls, if it's not for our contractors, owner operators out there being the soldiers on the ground, there's really no reason for us to do what we do. So we appreciate you being part of the Ace Doran family, and appreciate the comments.
Well, you all have a merry and a happy.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You too.
All right. We'll go ahead. Alex, if you're ready, Brian Breckles is next. Brian, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear
well.
me?
What can we? Yes, we can hear you. Fine. You have a question or comment?
I know we have a meeting at the same time tomorrow, but before I forget, there's a comment and a whole plethora of questions I have that probably will be covered tomorrow on the wind side. But the question is, for us drivers in WITPAC, is that online only or online and in person?
You can do either or. If you want to go through Evergreen, you can do an online version. But if you want to go in person, there's a couple of carriers that are providing that also. So depending on where you want, there's still some opportunities to do them in person.
Well, there's been some confusion in it online, as you know, on the BME ACE deal, where the Facebook post about people not getting either or both, and this is where some of us in the wind have people that stay with us in the pilot car industry. Are they required online and in person, or just online? I mean, how are you, is Ace Doran going to keep up with that?
So we're allowing you guys to pick which way you want to go. If you want to go through the Evergreen people and just do a total online one, you can. At the end of the day, you will get all the same information, and they will give you a certificate, both you and your escorts. I need copies of those once you get those, and that's how we're keeping track of it.
Okay, so basically they have to be pre-approved by ACE.
Well, anyone can offer it. It'll all come from the same area. The certificate's the same. It's just they have different third-party providers who's doing the in-person meetings. So I see ANC pilot cars, Pit Row. They're all offering that as far as in-person ones.
Yeah, but
so you'll get the same information.
How is
Dale? I think we should point out, Dale, just so we don't create too much confusion here for anybody that's listening, which are non-wind folks. This whole conversation has nothing to do with you if you're not in the wind division. So if you're hearing talk about the certification that you have to get or WITPAC certification, it strictly applies to wind drivers. So if you're on the call and you're not a wind driver, you don't need to call us back and wonder what this was about. It's strictly a wind division situation.
Yeah. Correct. Thank you, Jim.
Well, Dale, the basis of my question is, how does Ace Doran intend to keep up with the pilot car industry as a service to our division?
So how are we going to keep up with it as far as finding people supplying it or making sure they're WITPAC certified?
Making sure they're WITPAC certified.
So this is what's going to have to happen, Brian, is any escorts that you're going to use in the future will have to have that WITPAC certification card, and you'll need to get it from those escorts and then provide it to me, and then I'll keep a file of all that on record.
Okay. So are we going to, as our division, going to have one specific person for our division as a safety director?
Yes, that is me.
Okay. My comment being this, we're just trying to figure out how to keep up with that. The second comment was, please remember several of our wind drivers are out, some hospitalized, and keep them in your prayers, especially John Gordon-Air.
Yes, thank you for reminding us. That's definitely a good reminder for everybody. So I appreciate your comments, Brian. We've got a couple other callers here on the line, so let's go ahead and move down to the next one. Alex, you ready?
Sure am. He's coming up now.
All right. It looks like Richard's coming up. Richard, how are you?
Not too bad, Dale. Yeah, I got a question on those rates that you guys are quoting. That does not have the fuel surcharges or anything in with that, does it?
Yeah, those are all inclusive. That is truck money. That's what that is. That is truck money.
Okay. I just wonder if that was with or without the fuel surcharges, because the fuel surcharges vary so much from load to load,
Yeah, Richard, there's several of our customers that go on a national average or whatever. So yeah, you're exactly right. That's just the way that I break it out is it's a program that we use. It's called Click, and I break it out by trailer type. So the flatbeds, Conestogas, and side kits, that all those rates go into one. So there could be some rates in there that are being impacted a little bit on the higher side because the customer has a little bit higher fuel surcharge, or vice versa. There could be some that are impacted in a negative manner that brings that number down a little bit too.
Okay, because you'll also see a lot of those loads I look at on the board, all inclusive. So that means they threw everything in, and you don't got no fuel surcharge or anything. So everybody's getting a cut of that.
Hey, Richard, if you see those, please let me know or anyone in operations know, because it is our responsibility as the motor carrier to pay you. It has to be a line haul. There has to be a line haul rate. There has to be a fuel surcharge. So the rates cannot be all inclusive because we're in the business for our contractors and our other operators, not to have all inclusive rates. So.
Because I see
those,
a couple of them here.
Please let me know.
Okay, will do, Chad. Appreciate it, and I want to just put a little congratulations for big old Dale there to be on our side there full time now.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you giving me a rough time on that.
And that means you got to be a little bit better on me. You can't be so hard on me anymore. I'm doing good.
Hey, we expect you. Hey, we expect you to be a little harder on him too.
We got a WITPAC done yesterday. That was an easy thing. 100% on every test.
There you go. It's not that hard.
Yep. As soon as we get our cards, we'll send them in to you.
Thank you.
Okay, Dale. Appreciate you guys.
All right.
Have a happy holidays.
Thank you, Richard. Does not appear we have any other callers in the queue right now, so we'll go ahead and start wrapping things up. Once again, I just want to thank everyone for joining us, especially during the holidays. It's really just a a great testament to the relationship we have with everyone calling us. We, at our peak, had 179 callers, so that's tremendous. I do want to take the time to just remind every the wind drivers who are on that we do have a call tomorrow with you tomorrow, which we'll obviously talk about wet pack, so look forward to talking to you guys then. But definitely everyone have a great holidays and a blessed new year.